welcome everybody. My name is Savage, and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin against its USDT pair. Thank you for watching this video, and if you'd like to show your support, please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and feel free to comment with any feedback you may have below. While you're down there, you can find a link to our Discord. This is where all the magic happens. We have live AMAs with the team twice a week, live chart analysis daily at 1 p.m., Elliott wave theory live lessons, TA requests for all our members, and a whole list of other things going on. Why not come and have a look? Once you land in the general chat, just mention a member of the staff and we will be more than happy to help you out. Okay, so let's get into the price action. So there's a few things here which have changed, which I've edited out for the members of the Discord this morning. So effectively, we were looking for the potential that we had an additional fourth and fifth wave here, but it was stated that this could have been completed at this green wave one. So now, in this instance, I'm just having a look at this potential rejection zone which we're finding ourselves in, and I'm just a bit cautious because sometimes you can get a B wave or B or wave two, which looks a bit like a 5-wave move. And I want to look at this as a 5-wave move, but to do so, I'd really like to have an additional fourth wave in here, and then push up like this in a fifth, fourth, and fifth. So just monitoring it for the time being. If this does roll over, if this move here is rather something like this, where you have the zigzag and then a small small 5-wave move for the C, and we don't achieve the additional fourth and fifth in here, we could look. Now, confirmation of this would only come by dropping down here and breaking this 15,476 area, but we could be looking for a potential to drop down in an extended fifth wave. So the reason for this is I was looking at the potential of this being a triangle in here, where we have A, B, C, D, and E up into this high, and then from here progressing down. So this could be a fifth wave completed here technically. We've broken this wave 3. So it doesn't have to go to this typical area that we were targeting out here previously if it truncates, but it's also dangerous to call a truncation too early. So confirmation of this would only really come by breaking back above into these higher areas, breaking the 17,011 to start with, and then ideally I'd want to break back above this 18,199 area just to have no sort of indication that there's either a diagonal or something happening within these waves here. That is what I'm looking out for at the moment. So breaking above the 17,011 would invalidate any kind of a potential impulsive move down. If this does develop as a 5-wave move down as shown, impulsive confirmation would come by crossing this 14,316 area, and then we'd be looking for an additional fourth and fifth wave into the zone of 14,072 to 13,750. If we do move down in this wave 3, this wave 4 can't cross this this point here, which we said was at 15,476. So that'll be something that I'll plot on should this actually start to break down and basically progress down into these zones. If that does play out, we would be looking at this as being the potential into this third teal wave that we have marked here, and then we'd be expecting an additional fourth and fifth down into this zone here for this 14,082 to 13,299. If that then plays out, we'd still be looking for this potential of an additional fourth and fifth wave down. This is all, we have to wait for confirmations on these, but like I said, this fifth wave could potentially end here, and then we'd have to reevaluate the structure of this, and I don't think that, we'd have to see if there's a possibility that there's still a potential for this extension to be happening like this, but it would become more likely should that fifth wave be completed here that we have something like a diagonal happening. So we're going to go over that in a second. So we will jump over to the other chart now. Let's go into the 4-hourly. So with this option here, I was looking at the potential of having an ABC. Let's move this out the way. Having a ABC, so a zigzag down into these lows, basically, as a wave one, potentially of a diagonal. So this wave one could potentially be here, and it completed earlier, and this is just going to develop into something like an expanding flat, or wave one could finish here with that 5-wave move, and then this if we develop into a bigger move here to the upside, we could be looking for an A, a B, and a C up into this wave 2 zone. So I'm going to go over those options now. So looking at the potential for forming a 5-wave move, because we do have structure here that could turn into 5-wave structure. So ideally with this, like I was saying earlier, to see this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 up into here, for a third wave looks neater. And then you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 coming down into the zone of 16,483 to 16,244 before a move up into the 16,892 area and 16,738 area. Should we do that, then we would be looking at this as either a potential wave 1 or a wave A if this plays out. So now there's some caveats to this as well. So the wave 4 provided like in this option can't come past this 15,962 area. Move down past this would say that this move is completed within here at this high point here. And then we would either be looking at this as an A, a B down into the support zone, and then another leg to the upside and a C wave. Or alternatively, it could be following the other option we just went over, and this is just a B wave, and then it's going to break down. So for this fourth wave can't cross this 15,962 area, but a move down below this 15,473 area would invalidate any kind of an impulsiveness off of this move. It would invalidate a zigzag and this potentially bigger 5-wave move. So I'm going to go over the zigzag potential first. So should this play out, and we have this move come up into these zones, we could see a retracement down into this potential support zone here. So this could be anywhere between 16,177 to 15,641. This B wave can't come below this zone. Once again, any moves below 15,475 would invalidate any sort of bullish potential here. So a 1-to-1 would take us up to the 17,311 area. This C wave doesn't always have to travel 1-to-1. It could fall short, but we would have more indication once we start this move. If however we want to look at this as a potential expanding flat or running flat, to be honest, because there's two options. It can either be a running flat and fall short, although the current waveform, if it develops into a 5-wave move, is indicating it would become an expanding flat. So we're going to focus on that for the time being. So if we complete this move up as a 5-wave move, we move back down into the support zone, and I've based this off of a 618 retracement, which is to this 15,959 area. If we move up, find support within this zone, and look to push up again in a third wave, confirmation would come back crossing 18,194. Then we would be looking for an additional fourth and fifth, which would take us quite neatly into this potential expanding flat zone that was previously indicated. So that would be interesting to see how it plays out. The 18,988 zone is also interesting because it's a 618 area of the bigger move of this move down. So if we do play out something like this, we have a few options. Like I said, either this fifth wave ends here and this is going to be a zigzag, a bigger zigzag like that, or alternatively, we need to just be aware that we could have some other kind of structure in here where we have an A here, move up in a B, and then we look to break down in a C wave down and break these lows, and then that would be um, it would be a diagonal of some description within here. We could because there's two ways of reading this diagonal basically. You can either have it. Sorry, let me get this. So we could either have it as A, B, and a C down into there as a 1, 2, then we'd be looking to form a 3, and then a 4 and a 5, like that. Or this is 1, we come back up in a 2, we fall down in a 3, 4, and 5. So those are the two. I'm being mindful that there is a way of doing this as a wave 1 within there as a diagonal, though I prefer this way, to be honest with you. So let's go back into the 1 hour so we can. So we were saying that if we come up into this and this forms an expanding flat like this with this yellow wave here, this yellow ABC into these highs, and we finish with this 5-wave move within here, that could be the end of a correction. That could be just even that wave 2 from that wave 2 over there, wherever it is. There it is. Come back. This wave 2 could effectively be here, and then we'd be looking for progression to the downside, and it would change the shape slightly of how this diagonal looks, but it is possible. So that's what I'm having a look at. Alternatively, that could just be if this does end here rather, where we initially had it, we could then be looking at this expanding flat as an A wave, B, and then we're going to have some kind of a complex correction within here possibly, or we have an A, a zigzag down, and then a 5-wave move up. So basically we need to just keep an eye on these price targets, and then those will give us a better indication of where we think this move is going. Keep an eye on these invalidation points that we talked about and confirmation points and these potential support zones, and that'll probably be able to give us a better indication of where we think things are going. If we start to break down from this point and we start taking out these lows, I'd be looking at the extension option that we went over first. If however we continue to hold this 15,473 area, we could be looking at either some more sideways movement in here in a triangle, or potentially a move up in an expanding flat or a zigzag, depending on whether this wave 1 completes here or completes here. So I hope you found this information useful. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that likes button, subscribe if this is the first time you're watching me, and we'll see you in the next video. I hope everyone has a great day, and we will see you next time. Cheers, everyone.